Hey, 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 it is super sexy Sunday. I was going to say Monday then. It's super sexy Sunday and it is episode 215. And today we are talking, on the Sundays, what we do is we have a quote or a challenge of a week. And today it's kind of a mixture of both. It's not really a quote, but it is a quote. I'm going to do my best to not screw it up like I did when I interviewed Scott Volker. If you remember, Scott Volker came on the podcast and he said something that Pat Flynn said to him, and I tried to say it before that, and I got it the wrong way around. And I'm sure I'm going to do it today, but bear with me. The message is still the same. So Pat Flynn told Scott Volker. Scott Volker is very, very good friends with Pat Flynn. I'm in one of Scott Volker's courses. I'm on one of Pat Flynn's courses. They are two awesome human beings. Just wish I had their mobile numbers now as close to them guys as they are. They're just brilliant people. And so what Scott Volker was in the middle of a pivot, of a transitional period of his life, because he was doing one thing, but he wasn't sure if he needed to pivot and change to what he was really passionate about, and that's brand building, because he was the Amazon guy. That's what he was famous for, being the best in the world at Amazon. And as Amazon's evolved, he's kind of changed, Scott has. And so he wanted to go in brand creating niche brands, and that's what he was excited about. And so Pat Flynn said this to him. And this can be, you can insert your problem, your issue, your life in as well in this. So Pat Flynn said to him, if you were in a coffee shop and you overheard two people talking, I think I've got it the wrong way around, but you get the point. You heard two people talking and they was talking about you. And they were saying, all right, yeah. And one person knew you and one person didn't. And the person that knew you, the person who didn't know you said, well, tell me about Dean. Tell me about Dean Booty. What does Dean do? And the person who knows me would then say to him, oh, well, is this, is that. And if it's congruent with who you are, then brilliant. You don't need to make any changes. But if people see, you've got to think, how do you want to show up in the world? How do you want people to talk about you when you're not there? That is the key. That is the issue. And for me, I want people to say I'm an awesome dad, a great husband, and I give more than I receive. And I realize in when I say something, I realize if it's on point, because I make a movement and I bounced on top of my heels, and so that must be true to me. I really want to give more than I receive. I want to make a difference. I want to make people's lives better because I'm in it, and that's what I want. And so, how would somebody talk about me in a coffee shop? Would they say that about me? And if not, why not? And how can I change that? And so, how would they describe you? If two people were talking about you, how would they describe you to them, to the person who didn't know who you was? How would they do that? Because for me, that is critically important, because if it's not congruent with who I want to be, that means I'm not showing up in the correct way, the correct manner. I want to be this motivated guy who when people talk to me, it makes them feel more positive. It makes them feel motivated. I want to be that guy. But when somebody talks about me, will they say, oh, he's bloody annoying. I tell you, that guy, he's bloody annoying. And so how do you want to show up when people talk about you? And are you showing up in the correct way? Is what they say about you how you want them to say about you? Is that correct? And if not, why not? Let's make some changes. So it's kind of a quote. It's kind of a challenge. And so what I want you to do is think about how other people perceive you. And is that how you want to show up? Is that how you want to be remembered? Did I want to be, I'll give you a perfect example, the betting guy. And so genuinely, 10 years ago, people would know me as the betting guy, betting. That's it. I'm a betting guy. I had a podcast, The Betting Guy, 60,000 downloads a month, over nearly 1 million downloads, not quite 1 million downloads, but nearly 1 million. And people were talking, oh, is that betting guy? But I didn't want to be seen as that. I don't want to be heard and seen as a betting guy. I feel I'm so much more than the betting guy. I feel like I'm a great businessman, a marketer. I feel like, I say great. I've just realized I said great. Okay, I'm pretty good. I feel like I'm pretty good. I understand business. I understand that sort of thing. I don't want to be seen as a betting guy. So I had to pivot. I had to change. I had to stop doing that podcast. Although it was earning me not a lot of money. It was earning me $40,000 or $50,000 a year, and it was only taking me 2 hours a week. So it was really good money, but I didn't want to show up as that. I didn't want to be known as that person. So I had to stop. I had to cut my ties with that, because that is not who I am anymore. That is not who I want to be remembered as. So what you're doing, how you're showing up, what you're saying, and how you're acting, is that congruent with how you want to be, who you want to be? Because if it's not, you've got to change. You've got to make a pivot. You've got to make a change in your life. Because I promise you that a fulfilled life is in line with your purpose. What is your purpose? What is your passion? And if you're in line with that, kudos. If you're not, then you've just got to make simple changes. That's what I had to do. That's what Scott had to do. Don't be scared of these changes, because you've got to be in line with your passion and your purpose. And if you're not, life's hard. If you are, life becomes a lot easier when you know who you want to be and what you want to be and how you want to be showing up. So just take a minute, just think about it today. That's all I'm asking you to do is take a minute. It's like a challenge of the week, I suppose. Take a minute, just think about it and think how you want to show up. What is your passion? What is your purpose? Are you congruent with that behavior? Are you in line? Are you on that line? Are you on that track? If you're not, think about pivoting, think about changing. I've really got nothing else to say. That is it. Monday morning, don't forget, tune in tomorrow from 3 a.m. I will be here. Thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate and love you guys. Thank you so much for all the awesome feedback. It means the world to me. So thank you. And I'll speak to you guys all next week. We've got some amazing, obviously, we've got some amazing stuff. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. See you soon. Bye-bye. Mwah!